Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks for joining me here. We're going to take a quick look at Sand, and just before we do, we'll look at Bitcoin as well, get a baseline in the market so we know exactly kind of what's going on. In fact, we'll just dive right into Bitcoin first because it's a really good practice to understand what's going on here. And simply put, we're just on this steady decline from Bitcoin. It's not terrible, it's pretty standard. As long as we stay between 63 and 65,000, we'll be just fine. It's ultimately, what happens here in the next couple of days that'll help us understand kind of where we're going from here. Because obviously, green weekends are pretty common. So hopefully we see some green here this weekend. We'll know soon. But right now we're just looking at right around 63,000, 65,000 as a support channel. Also note too, we are having difficulty breaking the 50-day simple moving average. So until we can break above the 50-day simple moving average on the 4-hour chart, I think we might continue to just go sideways for some time, which is perfectly fine. Consolidation is not a problem right now considering how low the price went in just 3 hours. Right, so Evergrande definitely took a little dip out of Bitcoin, but it'll come back. All right, so taking a look here at Sand, let's see what's going on. Let's go and take a quick big picture look at the 1-day chart and work our way down. The moving averages are farther away. RSI is under 70, but it looks like it's kind of getting resisted out there for the moment. That'll probably be a Fibonacci retracement line. We'll look here soon at what that is. But generally speaking, it's not a terrible sign. It just means that we have a potential consolidation period. Now looking at the 4-hour, this is great. We're above the moving average, 50, and obviously the 200. So all in all, we're in good shape. We're back above that support level, and obviously we're above 50 here as well. Room for growth. So all in all, I like what I see here from Sand. We could see a break to the upside soon just based on that simple sentiment. Obviously, we don't make decisions based on that one thing, but that is effectively what's going on here. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the, big picture, and then we'll go ahead and go a little bit more smaller from there. Because you can kind of tell that the price is getting rejected out here at this resistance level, right about 270, right? No, sorry, is that 268? So 268 was the previous resistance. Now it's likely support because the price just broke above that. So that's a really good sign. Ultimately, it definitely helps us understand that we're moving to the upside here. We are, let's see, where are we at with the TD sequential? We got a nice reset there too, so we're good. We had enough period of consolidation to allow for the price to effectively reset the counter, if that makes any sense. If you know what TD sequential is, you count from 1 to a 9 and reach a state where the price needs to consolidate or go sideways. So we're in good shape there in that sense as well. So a lot of good bullish signs here for Sand. And big picture also, to note here, just kind of throw it out there, because I get this question a lot, of course. It's been about 2 weeks since this time frame had occurred, right? So in just a matter of what, 2 weeks, the price has increased by 144%, right? Now, granted, it spent most of the time right here, so it only really took a couple of days to get there. But over the last 2 weeks, it's taken that long to kind of recover and start to maybe make some improvements. That being said, in the next 2 weeks, hypothetically, we could see a price range around $5.46. Again, keyword should. We need to break this resistance level here at about 342 first. Once we do, we should be off to the races. But between now and then, we do have a small resistance level right at about $3.02. So 302 would be a major resistance here for now. And obviously, we'll go ahead and mark the other as well. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Let's mark just a couple of support channels also, kind of get an idea of what's going on here, just so we can have that for future reference. Because the great thing about these coins right now, the way that these are going, the LRCs, the Manas, and a handful of others, they're working within the Fibonacci retracement lines almost perfectly. So they're doing a very good job of staying within. So this breaking above this key resistance level at 268, that now is support. We're in really, really good shape. Now, I say it's a support now because the 4-hour chart, 4-hour candlestick here is soon to close. But on the 1-day candlestick, that still hasn't closed yet, right? So key takeaway here is you always want to wait for the 1-day candlestick to close to get the full understanding of if it's going to be broken or not, right? Now, we have, what, 22 hours left in this trading cycle, or 21 hours? So ultimately, the 1-day candlestick will take a little while to close. But for right now, it is definitely above, and there's a strong chance it'll probably stay above considering its momentum, right? So a lot of good things here. Let's see if we can identify any higher highs and higher lows. Obviously, we got our low here, high, potential low. So we are kind of making higher highs and higher lows. It's still a little early to tell, but this is higher than the previous, so it is still doing that. Let's see what the 1-hour tells us here. So the 1-hour is doing the same exact thing. Yeah, we got all those higher highs and higher lows, right? Everything is higher than the previous. So that basically just tells us we're in a strong, momentous uptrend and that the price will continue to progress upwards until it hits a major key level resistance. which at this point is roughly somewhere in the range of 305. Okay, now it may not continue to progress upwards. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that it's just, okay, it's going to go up and it's not going to stop. There's a lot of other factors too, but the general concept here is that we have a nice, strong, momentous trend, and usually you want to buy into the trend because the trend is your friend. Okay. Now let's take a look at Ishimoku. We're well above the cloud, but if the price does come down and retrace, great news is by the time it gets there, the actual support level here of $2.66 is going to be working as obviously a support concurrent with the cloud. Okay, so if all goes well, the price continues to progress sideways and consolidates right there at the support of 268, and then we buy the dip and continue upwards. I love buying dips, so why don't we just go ahead and set an alert? Why don't we go ahead and say 270 to be on the safe side? Yeah. So that way if it comes down, we can maybe add to our position and consider moving upwards. Obviously, we want to take a look at it again before we do, but that should be in pretty good shape to probably bounce off that support level because it was such a strong resistance level before. Outside of that, TD sequential tells us we're at a 5, so we do have potential for about 4 more hours of bullish momentum. Okay, so definitely got some good things here for Sand. I can confidently say that if it doesn't increase now, it will soon, at least to break the current place in which it's at now, which is roughly about $2.84. So big picture, Sand is definitely looking good. I do feel like we're going to start progressing upwards over the next few days, and it is likely to break its resistance of 345 in the next, I would say, week or less. It may even be sooner because these things do move fast, but you know me by now. If you are not new to the channel, I'm fairly conservative and I like to give realistic estimates and nothing that's crazy, shooting to the moon, galactic, all that crazy stupid stuff you'll hear from a majority of other people, right? I try to keep it real, let you know the facts, and I hope you appreciate that. But all in all, the facts are telling us here that we got strong bullish momentum. There's really no bearish indicators whatsoever here for Sand. There's going to be a chance the price might retrace and consolidate back down closer to support at 268, and if it does, then that'd be actually a really good sign if it did that. Okay, we want to be able to add to our position at that point, because ultimately the best thing to do is to be able to buy the dip before it takes off instead of actually trying to jump on the train while it's taking off. That's a fear of missing out. That's not good trading, right? It'll work out sometimes, don't get wrong. You could be rolling your eyes right now saying I've made plenty of money doing that, and you can, but a good trader will be patient and wait for the right opportunity. And I think that patience would be helpful here. But note, there is still good reason, and there's no, if you're planning to hold on to this coin until it gets to $3 or $4 or $5, it wouldn't hurt to add to your position right now, right? Dollar cost averaging is a good thing in the big picture if you have the opportunity to do that. Okay. So me, I'm just a little more particular because I send out signals to my community members and I want to make sure that it's the right type of trade before we get in, instead of just kind of arbitrarily, throwing a coin out there and hoping for the best, right? I don't like to do that. That's not what I do. And I hope you appreciate that as well if you're currently a patron. By the way, thank you so much to my patrons for being just amazing, awesome people. You're all great. You make my life tremendously better by being able to play an impactful role in yours too. So thanks again for that. If you're not part of my patron community, consider joining up as well. Really good group of folks there. We have limited spots available this month, and I'm probably going to cap it out closer to 200 is my guess, just based on the fact that I want to have good one-on-one attention with my members. So let's go ahead and summarize here with the big picture here. Again, I would say, because I think I drew it from here. Let's go ahead and go. It's easier in a smaller time frame. So we're going to go with the best case scenario here, right? So say in the next 2 weeks, we get the price to pump. Again, about $5.46, round number, just say 550 would be a target, right? But keep this in mind, if you're going to set targets, I do this for my patrons as well, something you recommend. Always set 3 targets, of course. Any good trader will set more than 1 target, because before you start a trade, you need to know where you're going, right? Like in life, if you're going to achieve a goal, how are you going to get there if you don't set a goal? Same concept, right? So that being said, right at $4 is a Fibonacci retracement line. Maybe set your target at $3.95, right? Trim, get that little bit below, because just in case you get that pump and it comes up and it gets rejected out right at that resistance, you still get filled. And then the same scenario here with as well. Instead of 546, make it like 525 or 530. Try not to get too greedy, and just that'll probably help you in the big picture. So something to consider. But I hope you found benefit here, of course, and please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. And look forward to getting to know you a bit better. And one way or the other, feel free to contact me on social media, or more importantly, check out the rest of my videos if you haven't already. There's quite a few of them, right? I got about hundreds of videos out. Anyways, thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a good one. Take care.